The following message is transmitted at the request of the Seattle Police Department. An explosion resulting in damage and injuries has been reported at a building on the 2000 block of 3rd Avenue. At around 1:10 p.m., a van with explosives detonated in the Belltown area, causing heavy damage to buildings within an 8/10-mile radius of 2023rd Avenue. It is unknown if the detonation of this bomb has released any materials into the air. However, authorities have closed a corridor of 5th Avenue to the north, 1st Avenue to the south, Blanchard Street to the west and Stewart Street to the east to all civilian traffic until further notice. Only emergency personnel are allowed in this area. It is unknown if this is the work of terrorists and if more events will occur elsewhere. Stay tuned to local media outlets for later statements on this developing situation. Stay away from this area. Do not go into this area for any reason.
Your attention please, this is the Alberta Emergency Public Warning System. The following emergency bulletin may affect your area. Listen carefully.
The following is an urgent message for residents in the downtown area of Edmonton. An explosion has occurred inside the Bay Enterprise Square station in the downtown area. At approximately 2:23 p.m., 2 trains arriving at the station exploded from an unknown bomb, causing damage and serious injuries inside the station. The explosion was powerful enough to shatter windows at the intersection of 103rd Street and Jasper Avenue and cause damage to the intersection. At this time, all roads within a 3-block radius of the explosion are closed, and the Edmonton Safety and Security Division have closed all LRT stations until further notice. All residents are asked to remain indoors until the situation is assessed. Officials with the Edmonton Emergency Dispatch Center are reporting problems with 911 services due to overcrowding. Please dial 911 only if you have a life-threatening emergency. Remain alert for later statements from cable and media broadcasts and civil authorities.
This emergency warning message has been broadcast for your safety. If your area is affected, take all necessary precautions and listen to any local radio, television, or cable outlets for further updates. Do not use your telephone for the duration of this emergency.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Las Vegas Police Department. Several armed men have taken hostages inside the Greyhound bus depot at the intersection of North Main Street and Carson Avenue. It appears that these men have barricaded the entrances to the station and have not made contact with authorities. It is believed that there are over 50 hostages inside the building, and the men's intentions are currently unknown at this time. The Las Vegas Police Department are in the process of evacuating nearby buildings within the area and are urging those within a 1/4 mile radius of the bus depot to evacuate. No one is allowed in this area with exception to emergency personnel. It is unknown if this is related to an event in the cities of Seattle, Washington, and Edmonton, Alberta. Stay tuned for later updates from cable and media outlets on this developing situation. Stay away from this area.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Atlanta Police Department. Several armed men have taken hostages inside the Amtrak Brookwood station and on an Amtrak train north of the city of Atlanta. It is believed that there may be over 30 hostages inside the station and on the train. The men's intentions are currently unknown at this time. Within the past hour, several events have occurred in the western United States and the Canadian territory of Alberta that may relate to this event. Civil authorities are attempting to communicate with the men to release the hostages and are in the process of evacuating buildings near the station. Peachtree Street between Collier Road and 17th Street and Interstate 75 and 85 are closed near the station. Only emergency personnel are allowed in this area. Motorists are urged to seek alternative routes around this area. All civilians are urged to stay away from the area until the situation is resolved. Stay tuned to local, cable and media outlets for more information regarding the situation.
This is the emergency alert system serving the Athens area. A civil danger for the cities of Las Vegas, Nevada and Atlanta, Georgia is now in effect. Stand by for this message. The following message is transmitted at the request of Homeland Security. The following is a civil danger for the cities of Las Vegas, Nevada and Atlanta, Georgia. Detonation of car bombs have occurred within the past hour in the western United States and the Canadian territory of Alberta, and hostage situations have occurred from men of a terrorist group who have taken hostages at a Greyhound station in Las Vegas and an Amtrak station in Atlanta. Homeland Security have learned that the men are members of an Islamist militia group, and these men have threatened to detonate a nuclear device in both cities. With the threat of detonation of nuclear weapons, all residents within a 50-mile radius of Las Vegas, Nevada and Atlanta, Georgia are urged to seek a fallout shelter now. Fallout is a product from nuclear bombs that carry radioactive particles into the atmosphere after a nuclear explosion and fall back as dust or precipitation. Those exposed to these materials can succumb to the effects. If you are unable to seek a fallout shelter, move into the basement of a concrete building or maintain in an area in the central core of a building. Place as many objects between you and the outside world. Stay tuned for further updates on this dangerous situation.
We interrupt your programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. A terrorist attack resulting in weapons of mass destruction has occurred in the cities of Las Vegas, Nevada and Atlanta, Georgia. At about 5:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, men of an Islamic terrorist group detonated nuclear bombs inside a bus depot in Las Vegas, Nevada and a train depot in Atlanta, Georgia. Authorities in these areas were in the process of evacuating nearby areas when the bombs detonated, causing severe damage in these cities. Fallout is now concerned for residents of these cities and areas within a 50-mile radius of the explosions. All residents within a 100-mile radius of these cities are strongly urged to seek a fallout shelter or evacuate to a safer area. Prevailing winds reported from the National Weather Service offices near these cities reported winds carrying fallout to the southeast of Las Vegas and to the northeast of Atlanta. Fallout is a product of nuclear waste and can be fatal to humans. Due to the attacks throughout the United States, all transportation services from airlines, buses, and trains are grounded until further notice. More cities are undergoing evacuation procedures in the event if more attacks are to occur elsewhere. A radiological hazard is in effect for the following states: East Central California, Southern Idaho, Utah, Southwestern Wyoming, Western Colorado, Northwestern Arizona, Northeastern Alabama, Georgia, Northern Florida, Western South Carolina, Southwestern North Carolina and Southeastern Tennessee. The President will be speaking shortly within the hour regarding this terrorist attack. For now, remain at home at all possible and follow later statements from civil authorities and local cable and media outlets. This is an emergency action notification. All cable and broadcast stations shall transmit this emergency action notification message. We have interrupted programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and information to the public in assigned areas. All residents in the city of Chattanooga should use this station to remain alert for news on this existing emergency. If you are not in this area, you should tune your television or radio to a station providing news for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Chattanooga area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated.